Hello everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Anything Goes. I hope that you guys are having a good start to your weekend. Weather has been just so pretty today that we went outside for a little bit. Anyway, I got to thinking the other day, my granddaughter Lily graduates this year, and she, along with her fellow classmates, along with classmates all over probably the world, are not going to be able to celebrate with a graduation ceremony or a graduation party. And I know that's got to really make them feel a little bit lost. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to make a big deal out of the fact that she graduated. So, yep, I for sure am going to make her a card, and Andy and I will do whatever it is she wants for her graduation gift. I know for her older sister, who was going to culinary school, we purchased her first set of books. So we're going to try and celebrate. So I better get started on making a graduation card, right? Because it's already almost the end of April. Went by pretty fast in some aspects and didn't go by fast enough in others. But anyway, so I would need to get this in the mail to her sometime next month. So what we're going to be doing tonight is a graduation card that actually is unisex. Could be used for guys, could be used for girls, could be used for anybody. And I really wanted to play again with our sailing home, both the dies and the stamp set. And then some of our, what DSP is this? Hang on. I've got it right here. I just can't keep them straight. See a silhouette. This DSP is very, very big in its images, which I love. And when I saw this one, I immediately thought of water. So that's what we're going to be using as kind of the backdrop to this. So if you're out there, say hello. Trying to see if anybody is out there yet. Thought I saw one or two folks on. Sometimes my Facebook will let me go in and look like I'm a visitor, and other times it just won't. And tonight it doesn't look like it's letting me do that. So I will just pretend that there are tons of you there and say hello and love to all of you. Let's get started. My basics, first of all, I decided not to use Night of Navy because it's springtime, so we don't really want dark colors. Blueberry Bushel lends itself very well to working with the colors in this DSP. So I've got my standard top folding cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored and folded at 5 1/2. And then the DSP that we'll be putting on top, I have cut this one to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we can go ahead and glue that right down now. If I can locate my glue. And then we'll put it aside and work on the other pieces. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. We had lots of beautiful DSP this year, and I got a look at the PDF for the new catalog, and all I can say is you best start saving those pennies, because there's lots and lots and lots of stuff you're going to want. And me, I still haven't bought dimensionals. I'm trying to hold off until we get to do a pre-order, so I'm trying to wait until I can do the pre-order to use dimensionals. So I scrounged around in my office and found some ones that are from oh lordy, years ago. But done with this, so we'll put it aside. Let me bring our project pack out. All this is going to consist of is 2 rectangle dies that we're going to be using, and the big one measures, or the large one, what is that, 2.5 by, looks like 3 3/4 for that one. And then the smaller one measures just under 2 inches by 1 1/4. All right, so we're going to use this for our center panel, and that's the first thing I'm going to do is cut that out. So I've got my Big Shot back here. Cut this out real quick. Had to move we got some Danish cookies. That's one of my husband's favorites. So I have to hide a tin of them so that he'll have some for later, because he'll just sit down and eat them all at one batch if I let him. All right, so there we've got our rectangle. And yes, I know I usually stamp before I cut out, but we're going to be doing this just a little bit differently. I think I'll go ahead and cut the little piece out too, just because I know I'm going to be using those right away. And then we'll stamp a few things and cut them out as well. Okay. All right, there's our 2 pieces cut out, and I've used up 2 more scraps of Whisper White. That makes me happy. So I'll save this last one for our sailboat. So, hello, Miss Weenie. Did you come in to say hi? This is how we're going to do it. I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame here. So this panel will be raised up, and we'll sit here. And then our sentiment is not going to be put on our focal panel. It's actually going to sit over either on this side or this side. I think probably this side. So a little bit different. Okay, let me bring in a piece of scratch paper just so I can protect my workstation. If I can find my scratch paper, good Lord. Don't tell me I'm all out of it already. I probably just didn't put it back. So I'll just steal that one. All right. Now, let me get out the stamps we're going to use. We're going to use this big sailboat. This is from Sailing Home. We'll use this water, and that's actually from High Tide. These 2 sets just go together beautifully. And then our sentiment is going to be, set sail in the direction of your dreams. I just think that's perfect for a graduation card. And then I got a couple little birdies here too. So my sailboat, I'm going to cut out of, or stamping cut out of this scrap of paper. Let me see, let me make sure it will fit. Yes, it will. And I think I'm going to do it in Memento. And the water I will do in Pacific Point, because I really want my sailboat to stand out. So let me just ink them up. Actually, ships are always she's. I learned that a long time ago when I used to go sailing with my buddies. All right, so we've got a nice imprint there, and we'll put that away for now. Ooh, don't want to lose my little pieces. So we'll cut that out real quick. There's my piece of tape. So once I get the die cutting done, the rest of it's really going to go pretty quick, although we will color our sailboat. Did you get some water, Miss Weenie? Huh? Good girl. All right. Oops, come here, you. Sometimes they just don't want to come off the plate. I love it when it die cuts it so well. It's a beautiful die. So I'll put that one back so I don't forget where it is. I have a really cute thing to show you guys when we're done here. All right. And since our predominant colors here are going to be the Blueberry Bushel, Whisper White, and Old Navy, and they're all pretty neutral, as long as I pick cool tones, I could really do my sailboat in whatever color I want. But I happen to know her favorite color is purple. So I will bring out our light and dark Highland Heather. And then I'll also bring out, for the body of the boat, I think our bronze marker will look good. So let's start with these. I've got my light Highland Heather, and I'm just going to brush a quick color here, and then pull in my dark Highland Heather. And this stamp is great because you can already see it's got some shading built into it. So all I really have to do is follow that shading. And then I'll come back in and just smooth it out. Moving on to our next one. And again, I'm not being very precise with this because I'm going to let the shading that the stamp set does really kind of shine through here. Okay, so that fast we have colored our sails. Now let's go in, and I'm using the, what do we call it? The large point of the bronze marker to lay down a good bit of color. Try going around all these windows can make me go cross-eyed, but I'll do it. All right, and then I think what I'm going to do is, well, no, I'll keep it. I was going to say I could do the little rim here a different color, but what I'll do is I'll give it a quick color through, and then I'll come back in and try, except I am going to use the sharp point on here, the small one. I am going to use this because I really want to stay in that area, just where that ridge is, to make it a little bit darker. All right, and then there is a little bit of water in the stamp, so let me see which blue I want to use for that. So I've got Night of Navy, but I think the dark might be too dark. Let's try the light first. Oh yeah, I'm thinking I like that better because our DSP has both lights and darks in it. So I think that will go well. All right, and that is all there is to our sailboat. Okay. I'm going to take real quick and do the sentiment. I'm being real brave here. Hopefully I can get it on there straight. It's a tight fit too, but it should fit. So pardon if my head gets in the way, but I want to be right over it. Ah, good deal. All right, I can live with that. So let's bring this back in, as we haven't really worked with our center panel yet, but let me show you what the idea is. So my sailboat is going to sit right here, and I'll put it up on dimensionals. I love the way that looks. And then I think I definitely do want to put the sentiment in the upper left corner. The question is, I don't really want to cut a mat for it because there's so much blue in here already, but here's what I can do. I can take that light Night of Navy marker and I can just run it along the edges to give it just a little bit of color. And if I do this carefully, I won't make a mess. All right. Get a little bit more here, and hopefully don't get it all over, but that's going to give it just enough definition to where it stands out from our focal panel. A little tip for you. Okay, really there's only two things left to do. We need some water, and I am going to use the Pacific Point for that. And my stamp is longer than the focal panel, and that is just fine. Ooh, I just made a big mess. Hang on, I got it all over me, all over the block. Oh, and notice everybody, I painted my fingernails. Something I have probably not had to do for myself in, a good 20-25 years. So they look pretty atrocious, but they're better than nothing at all. Okay, now here we can decide a couple things. Bring out my sailboat. How far up do I want the water to come? I know I want my sailboat to be right about there. So we'll start at the bottom, and if we need to add more, we certainly can. I do want to line this up a little. Yes, I could use my Stamparatus for this, but I'm going for it. So we got that. Is that enough water, we're thinking? I have the birds to go in there, but you know what? I want more water. I want that water to come up a little bit higher. And let's see here. Oops. Let's do it that way. I got to pull this down a little bit. Sorry, gang. Hope you can still see it. And there. Whew. No white gaps. For some reason, I always have a white gap. But must have been sticking my tongue out the right way this time. Okay, so we have our water. And our sailboat's going to go there. And let's just do this. I thought about, did I want to color in some sky? But gosh, you know, I really wanted to keep this pretty simple. So, and then I am going to have my birds. I'm just afraid more blue might make it way, way, way too busy. What do you guys think? Somebody holler. Somebody tell me what you think. While you're thinking, I will bring out my... Okay, that's a clean one. I did wash all these the other day. I was proud of myself. So let me just take a little bit of this, and let's see how this would look. If I do that really lightly, I'm not liking it. So no to the Pacific Point. Do I really want to introduce another color into the card? Let's see. I don't want pool party. What about balmy blue? I don't think I'm going to like balmy blue either, gang, but we'll give her a whirl. So do I have another clean one? Yes, I do. Yeah, see, it's got a hint of green in it. So I am going to forego doing the sky. And I will just rely on the birds to give some distinction. And my birds I will do in Memento. So move all this aside. And let's have some happy little birds flying in. I think we're just going to put them right there. I like that. 3 is enough. 3 is a good number. Now, what do you say we put all this together? So let's bring this in. Make sure I know, yep, that's the bottom. Move this out of the way. And I even thought about popping this up, but I don't think so. I'm going to have enough popped up. So where's my glue? That was kind of the other fun thing with this DSP, was trying to figure out which direction to put it, because the pattern goes in all different directions. But I finally decided I liked it this way. All right. So we've got that right there. And then my sailboat. See, I told you I just got old. I can't even tell you how old these foam squares are. I don't even remember where I bought them. I've had them that long, but they'll get the job done. So, oh, come on, don't stick to me. Put a couple, I swear I can't see with my nails. Okay, I don't think that's going to show. I'll trim them down if I need to. And we'll put one there. And one more. Oh, you know what? I just realized I probably don't need this bottom one, because it's going to be sitting partially on the paper. I think I'm okay. I've got enough of a space there where I can kind of butt it up. I'm thinking right about, oh, it helps if you take the backs off, Linda. I have been so discombobulated today, gang. I tell ya. I've be honest with you, I've been struggling a little bit. You know, I thought I was taking all this shelter in home and all of the news and everything really well for the last 4 or 5 weeks. But as soon as Governor Kemp said he was going to start opening up businesses, for some reason, I just lost it. It was like it all suddenly became very, very, very real that we're still going to have a problem. I mean, this virus hasn't gone away. People are going to have to still be very, very careful. And, you know, I'm glad some businesses are opening. People need to be able to earn a living. That plus working gives you a sense of purpose. So I'm happy on the one hand that businesses will be opening, and they're going to do it in a staged approach, right? But I think what gets me is the fact that hubby and I still need to stay home. We still need to be very, very careful. So it's a blessing on the one hand for people with families, people who need to work. But it also was a reminder for me that this is going to take a longer time for those of us who are over 65 or who have health problems. And so, yeah, it took me a couple of days to come to terms with that, but I think I'm okay now. And I hope you guys are doing well. You know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, turn off the TV. Don't watch the news. Find something that you enjoy doing, like crafting, just to get away from it for a while, because your mental health is important. And look at what I just did again. This part is going to rest on So I need to take these part away off. Probably should have used my foam squares for that. But, anywho, enough about that. I also miss my grandbabies. They're not babies anymore, but it's been a couple years since I've been able to fly home to see them. And it's going to be just a little bit longer. But they'll still be there. Okay. Now I can put this on here, put a little bit of glue so this doesn't flop around since it's going to be resting on it. And let's just say we want it right there. I'm liking it right there. All right, so there is our graduation card. And probably on the inside, I found sending you thoughts has just a nice congratulations. And I think that's probably what I'll use for the inside, but I also want to do some decorating on the inside, and I haven't quite figured out what that's gonna be. So that's why, like I say, I had to start working on it now, because for family, it always takes me a while before I get a card the way that I want it. So what you guys think, huh? Like I said, it's just, I love being able to use up scraps of DSP and scraps of my winter white, and so I've been able to do both of those, as well as being able to create a really nice looking card. All right, before I let you guys go, I did want to show you one other card that I made as I was playing around. And that's this one. So, again, I used the same sentiment, but this time I made my sailboats move, which is kind of cool. So like it's like a slider card, except my sailboats go every which way. But the reason I'm laughing is, as you can see, I've had to do that by hand. I completely forgot to put little tabs that you could pull. So I may have to take this one apart and try to work on that. But I thought that was just a really cute idea. Slider cards are so much fun. I have not mastered them yet, obviously. All right, gang. Well, that's everything that I thought we would go over tonight for a graduation card. I do have some other graduations coming up that I will make cards for. I need one that's really, really frilly. So that's probably something I'll be working on this week. And I'll be sure and show it to you guys. And I know I said I was going to try and do a Facebook Live in the middle of the week this week. But Wednesday was the day when mentally I was just all over the place because of the news about opening up some businesses. So I just wasn't in a frame of mind. But I promise you I will go ahead and do a Facebook Live this Wednesday night. Leave in the comments section if you have a specific request, a type of card, fun fold, whatever. Love to get requests, and if it's something I don't know how to do, why, we'll just learn how to do it together. All right? Well, I will let you all get back to your Saturday evening. Remember to stay safe, check on your neighbors, and wash your hands. Bye, y'all.